Hey kiddos, Mr. Smith here with another rendition of at-home art. And today, we're gonna do stop motion animation. Oh yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to animate. Check out this film.
Hey kids, I'm an animation! I want to play ukulele! Yeah! Get out of here!
Can I have a snack?
Sure! Oh, you knucklehead. Hey, why don't you try?
We're going to use your iPads today. We're going to use the iPad app iMotion. It's one of the many awesome art apps that you can use in our district. And if you notice that front video was used with human beings as the animated characters, and it was really fun to make. It was easy to make, and we were able to go into iMovie after we made our animations, and we were able to put the voiceovers in there, a little bit of music in the background too. You can even put in sound effects, but I'm not going to be able to do that with you in this tutorial. We're just going to simply figure out how do you make stop motion animation using iMotion. So let's begin here. Make sure that you not only have your iPad, especially the one the district gave you, and if you've got your own iPad, the iMotion app is free. You can still download that. The iMotion app, and then make sure you have space to make your dreams a reality. And don't forget patience. This does take patience, especially if you mess it up, you might have to do a reshot. And don't forget also, you probably want a trophy room for all those animation awards you receive, especially like the Leica studios down here in our Portland area. They are the award-winning, Oscar-winning film production that uses stop motion animation exclusively, and it's incredible. So make sure you watch some of their movies for some amazing inspiration. Now, this is just a really quick shot I took of my setup for the next video. I'm going to show you an example video of how I used iMotion just for like a smaller thing. Many of you know I love Lego, so you're going to see some Lego in there. So that's like a basic filming setup. You need your iPad, whatever you're going to shoot against, and if you want to put some sort of background or whatever, you can do that. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up the iPad or the iMovie app, and you're going to see this screen. Tap New Movie. That's the big button with the camera on it. And once you do that, what you're going to want to do is set up the way you want it. So select the camera that you're going to use, the front or back camera, and then you want to give it a title too, because it's going to save that. You always want to be able to find your work. And then I'm going to recommend using the time lapse. You can use time lapse, which takes pictures automatically based on how many seconds you want it to take pictures in intervals. Or if you want complete control over when that photograph gets taken, you're going to want to set manual. For the video I'm going to show after this, I did a 10-second time lapse, so it took a photograph automatically every 10 seconds. So you're going to see what that looks like when it's done. When you're ready, when you've got everything set up, you don't really need to worry about like the remote starts or like importing anything right now. You're just getting started. So when you're ready, touch the start button, which is again the big button with the camera on it. Now, when you start your animation, some people like to have like guidelines. If you push the display button at the bottom, you're going to see either a grid on the left, I showed you there, it's like just like a checkerboard, or you'll actually see something that looks like the outline of a face. You can't really see it in this image very well, but you can also use something called like the bullseye, which will show you actually a target if you want to center things into your camera shot. You can do that, you can use it, just keep it up there the whole time, it'll help you. I didn't use that, but it's up to you if you want to use it. Now, this is what you're going to start doing. You're going to start taking shots. Once you start taking your shots, you want to continue until you feel that you got enough images. And to be honest, this next video I'm going to show you after this to show you an example, it took about 200 photos just of animation, and that made about 15 to 20 seconds worth of animation. And I set it to 10 frames per second. That will make more sense in just a second, but make sure this is the spot that you're going to take the most time on. This is where you need patience. If you need to reset a shot, reset a shot. If you need to delete the file and start a new one, do it. It's totally okay. That's what artists do all the time, because you're going to want something that looks really good. But once you're done taking those shots, this is while you're taking a shot, if things are getting hectic and you are using the automatic photographs, which is the time lapse, you can press pause at any time. You see that button down there. Press pause when you need to. It'll just stop, but it won't stop the whole progress. It just pauses the photographs, and then you'll hit the resume button. That's where the pause button is. It turns into resume. it'll start you right back up where you left off. So it's kind of nice to have that feature. If you are finished though, you're going to press that stop button all the way over to the right there on the bottom. You're going to press the stop button 2 times. And I kind of like that feature. They make you have to push it again just to make sure that you are done. Because sometimes you actually touch it and you didn't want to finish. So make sure you touch it 2 times when you're all done. And then after you're done taking your shots, it'll give you this screen. It's going to ask you how many frames per second you want to export your video in. So it's going to take all those photographs that you took. Oh, I guess I only took about 125 shots on this next video. So it's going to take all those photographs, 125 photographs, and it's going to put them in 10 photographs per second. I'm going to actually see 10 of those photographs every second, and you'll see what that looks like, and that's where the animation comes in. You can set it to way higher than that, and you get even more realistic stuff like the Leica studio does in Portland. But right now, let's just keep it simple. So select, I would say about 10 to 15 up there, and then select export to send it as a video over to your photos. I'm gonna recommend that when you export it to your photos on your iPad, because then it actually shows up as an actual video that you shot. Once you do that, you're all done. I mean, it's as simple as that. You'll be able to see your video. You could tap on that screen to look at your video from here as well in My Movies. Once you go back to My Movies off of the title screen again, and you're done. I mean, it's as simple as that, and I hope you have fun making it. I'm going to ask you to try it. Try it. Create your own 15 to 20 second stop animation clip. Now, I want you to know it's not going to have all the sounds in it. It's just going to be photographs. So if you do want to add sounds and voices, that's a whole other step of going into what's called iMovie. And in iMovie, you can actually explore sounds. They have sound effects on the iPad. They've got like background music like you heard at the very beginning on that first video I showed you of us kind of going down my hallway. So there's a lot of fun stuff you can do, but that's going to take a little bit of extra just kind of playing around with that. So in the meantime, have fun, explore, and I hope you enjoy this like 15-second video that my sons and I put together with, of course, one of my favorite things in the world is Lego. My second favorite thing in the world is Lord of the Rings, so why not do both? I hope you guys have fun and enjoy the video.
What am I gonna do with these things?
We'll cast it into the fire!
Well, you have the bird.
My muffins!
Whatever.
Ha-ha!
What about me?
What are you still doing here? Go make a video. See you next time.